The first day of 6th grade, I vomited throughout the entire day. I lost a shoe. I got lost in a huge building that used to house the old high school. I succumbed to heat exhaustion and was sent home early with a migraine. I begged not to be sent back, but neither I or my parents could have known what awaited me there. For 3 years, 180 days per school year, I was called names ranging from retard to too explicit to say here, shoved tirelessly into lockers, tripped, thrown on my head, because a girl didn't like the fact I wore mismatched earrings. I was a very arty dresser. Had thermos after thermos smashed, was punched, kicked, spat on, cut up for reporting a boy who had smacked me in the head for kicked by a friend, and was thrown downstairs once. Then there were the rumors. I was a lesbian. I simply made eye contact, by accident, with another girl at lunch, and that transformed me, at least in her mind and in most of the schools. Girls I didn't know would call me up and ask me if I wanted to have sex. Quote, "I'm waiting in my bed wet just for you," end quote, they'd manage, and then laugh, hanging up. I'd stand holding the receiver, wondering why they were in bed at 6 p.m. in the evening. I don't have to mention that the birds and the bees visited me late, but I digress. The motto by staff at my junior high seemed to be, "Hear no evil, see no evil." If I reported anything, I was a tattletale, and if it got back to the kids who did it, I only got bullied more. My dad made many pilgrimages to the principal's office for the visible offenses like theft and physical bullying. He threatened to hire a private security officer to sit with me if necessary. He came so much and so often that they would pull the shades in the front office when he and I came. It wasn't closing time. What positive results I did get, I got because of my dad. High school wasn't that much better. I had a science teacher who caught on to my sound sensitivity and did a hydrogen experiment that made a huge pop just to upset me. I had begged him not to do it or to let me go out into the hall. He said no, grinning. After the bang, the kids asked me if I had streaks in my pants. My lab partner also told me that after speaking with him privately about our assignment, that he commented I didn't do a bad job, quote, "for a handicap," end quote. One day, while praising me for a job well done, I said, quote, "Not bad for a handicap," end quote. By the expression on his face, I wondered if he'd streaked his pants. By the time I was a senior, I was being bullied in the new cafeteria by a bunch of freshman girls. When I steadfastly refused to give them my lunch, they threatened to knife me. After trying to report them to another ineffectual staff member, I ripped off my school ID and left the building. I was done with school. Getting my diploma wasn't worth dying for, even though it was my dad's dying wish for me. As it turned out, the school compensated me with a tutor so I could be homeschooled free of charge for the rest of senior year. I graduated the top 5% of my class and attended the ceremony. I decided my presence would show them that they hadn't managed to take everything away from me. Teachers need to know about autism and explain it to their class, especially if one of their students has autism. There needs to be an open forum and zero tolerance policy for bullying of any kind for any reason. Parents of neurotypical kids need to know the basics of autism so that they can talk about it with their neurotypical kid. Tell them autism is not something to fear and hate. Neurotypical kids have a responsibility to be tolerant and guide their socially awkward peers, not to victimize them. Neurotypical adults have a crucial role in initiating this. Bullying is shown to have long-term effects. It leads to long-term anxiety and depression, and sometimes even suicide. It is not a situation where you get over it or let it go. I am in therapy, good therapy now, after many years of poor therapy. I am finally able to open up about my experiences being bullied as a youth in the public school system and later as a patient in the mental health care system. I will discuss the latter in another video. I would like to recommend a couple of sources. There is an article I read at www.apa.org/monitor/OCT02/bullying/HTML. I also recommend www.maapservices.org. That's mapservices.org for more info about the topics I discussed today. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you got something out of it. That's the reason why I make these videos.